The 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup is proudly brought to you by SunBet, Red Square, Bridgestone, the tyre of choice, and Kawasaki South Africa. Welcome to round 6 of the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup, around the fastest track in the land, the East London Grand Prix circuit, which once again forms part of the Extreme Festival. Welcome to race day of round 6 of the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup, around the fastest track in the land, that is of course the Prins circuit in East London. The 3.920 kilometer track is by far one of the quickest in South Africa. Speeds in excess of 300 kilometers per hour are reached at this very fast, windy, bumpy and tricky road circuit, which is also used as a public roadway. Final preparation in pit lane in for the riders, the nerves kicking in as they always do. But once those gloves come on, those visors go down, those nerves fall away and natural aggression and competitiveness kicks in. With qualifying done and dusted, the riders headed out of pit lane to take their grid positions for the start of race 1 of round 6 of the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. In pole position, Clinton Seller on a 121.513 lap time ahead of AJ Venter, Damien Perfecati in third, Graham from Midor fourth, Peter de Vos, a great return for the veteran rider in fifth, Brian Rothwell in sixth, James Barson in seventh, ahead of Johan Leroux in 8th, David Feringa in 9th, Travis Nordier also a welcome return to the grid in 10th, Peter Huisman in 11th, Obi Murray in 12th, Dryer Cruz in 13th, Raymond Kiel in 14th, and Perron Perassaman in 15th place. Lights off and a great start for most of the grid, except for Dryer Cruz, the veteran rider with a bit of an issue there on the number 76 bike. You can see him way at the back, so a lot of work to do there for Dryer Cruz as the riders made their way into Potter's Pass and Rifle Bend. For the first time of asking, it was Clinton Seller who had taken the lead ahead of AJ Venter in second place, right on his heels to take a ride on board with Travis Nordier on the number 84 bike. A welcome return to racing action for Travis Nordier. As you can see, it's a task to try and get that front wheel down on these powerful ZX technicians down at the coast. And it's very important not to get boxed in heading to turn 1 and 2, as you can lose quite a lot of time. A lot of riders can go around your outside, costing you that all-important time as you head into Potters, out into Raffles, and where we are heading now into Coco Banner, which is one of the tightest corners out of the track. A bit of a moment there on the brakes for Travis Nordier that will definitely cost him time. And as he was trying to make his way past Johan Leroux in front of him, the crafty veteran rider, the riders heading down through Butts Bend into the S's and into Cox Corner for the first time of asking in what was a train of 15 Kawasaki ZX10R motorcycles. Clinton Seller still out front though, ahead of AJ Venter in second. Third place, Graham from Midor. A bad start once again from Damien Perfecati, and that is Peter de Vos with a fantastic start as well. So a great start from Peter de Vos on his return to racing, one of the stalwarts of the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. As the riders make their way onto the front straight through Beacon Bend, for the first time of asking, Clinton Seller ahead of AJ Venter in second, Graham from Midor in third, Damien Perfecati in fourth place, Peter de Vos a great showing in fifth, and the battle was raging on and ensuing behind them. That looks like James Barson trying to go on the inside there, heading into Potter's Pass. That is a brave move. You really need some balls to be able to pull that move off as the riders make their way into Beacon Bend. For the second time of asking, the number 15 bike of James Barson, his eyes would be stretched wide open as he's not used to this amount of power at this track, coming from the classic motorbike background. So he's definitely one to look out for, and he's getting better with every passing round. Clinton Seller, he was looking to check out early on as he was towing AJ Venter around, and they were now breaking loose of that battle for third place. And this was a battle raging inside the top 10. And as you can see, that was Byron Rothwell, and he was trying to keep the hard-charging David Feringa behind him. A poor start from David Feringa. He would definitely want to be within inside the top 6 places. So A lot of work to do for David Feringa. Back at the front, and another lap completed, done and dusted here at East London. It was still a major takeoff out front. Clinton Seller leading AJ Fenter. He was starting to pull a gap now on AJ, but behind him the battle for third was raging on. Damien Perfecati had managed to find a way past Grant from Midor, and behind him in fifth it was still Peter de Vos on the number 17, and a move on the inside there from Johan Leroux. That's up the inside of James Barson on the number 15 bike, and behind him Travis Nordia making a welcome return with David Feringa and Byron Rothwell in tow. This was a group, and a massive group of about 5 riders, all battling it out to try and get those top 5 positions and all important points. Johan Leroux in 6th place had managed to close down the gap to Peter de Vos ahead, and this was the battle for top honours in the veterans class between Peter de Vos on the number 17 and Johan Leroux on the number 44 bike. Two very, very experienced riders. They don't come more experienced than Peter de Vos and Johan Leroux. So this would be a battle of experience. A move on the inside there from Johan Leroux, getting it all out of shape on the inside of Peter de Vos. A great move there. So a great move for 5th place. That demotes Peter de Vos into 6th with that chasing group still behind. The number 76 of Jaya Cruz still looking at making up time after that start. Bit of an issue there by the looks of it for the number 76 veteran rider. So hopefully he can make his way through the field. Back at the front, still AJ Fenter trying to chase down Clinton Seller, and behind them you could not separate Damien Perfecati and Grant from Midor. And this battle, Johan Leroux looking at stretching out a gap ahead of Peter de Vos, and Travis Nordia still trying to go with the 2 front men there. That group was stretching out a little bit now. James Barson losing touch there, falling into the hands of David Feringa, and Byron Rothwell behind. So he would have to up his pace or suffer the consequences, as they say. You cannot rest on your laurels at all in the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. The battle for third, Damien Perfecati is starting to stretch his legs, starting to pull a bit of a gap on Graham from Midor. Graham from Midor well ahead of the next Grandmasters rider though, so it's going to look like a victory for Graham from Midor in the B class, but he'll be looking at getting that overall podium. The battle for 5th was still raging on. The 3 riders pulling ahead of this battle, which was another 3-rider group headed by David Feringa. David trying to get on the gas there, power wheeling. The bike's power here is ridiculous. Remember, this is a public road during the week, so I mean, and down at the coast, these ZX10s produce a lot more power, generally around about 10 to 15% more power. So what you normally have to do is lower the power modes, turn the wheelie control up, and hold on for dear life, because these bikes will literally rip your arms from your shoulders. Behind this group, the battle was raging on between the number 48 bike of Aubrey Marais and the number 70 of Dieter Huisman. A real battle that was raging on. No rider willing to give an inch, and this raced on pretty much the entire race, with Dieter Huisman looking at putting pressure on Aubrey Marais, looking at getting the better of him. And then further back we have Perron, and that is the number 33 of Raymond Kiel. Now Perron unfortunately missed the whole of Friday's qualifying session, so he rocked up on Saturday, only did the 1 qualifying session. So a lack of track time, maybe a lack of setup, but you can expect him to only go quicker and quicker and quicker. But that was also a nice battle raging on between the Masters rider and the veteran rider, of course, of Raymond Kiel. Out front though, Clinton Seller on the number 11 King Pass Extreme Kawasaki ZX10R, asserting his dominance. He had now pulled quite a sizable lead out on AJ Fenter, who was obviously on an older bike. And it shows that you can still bring an old ZX10R model to the ZX10 Cup and be competitive. Speaking about competitive, that is Johan Leroux. He had now stretched a little bit of a gap out on the 2 riders chasing him. As we hop on board with Dieter Huisman, you can see a stone chip there cracking the camera lens. And that is another thing, a big battle here with Aubrey Marais going on the inside, a brave place to make a move on Aubrey Marais. That is obviously heading through Rifles Bend, now into Cocobana. Will Aubrey retaliate here on the inside? No, it doesn't look like he will. So get on the gas hard here. Peter will want to try and keep Aubrey behind him. A bit of a wheelie there, loss of momentum though. And here comes Aubrey Marais on the inside. A little bit more drive, a little bit more pace, and he gets that position back from Dieter Huisman. East London is definitely the best track to get Wheelie Wednesday pictures and videos, as proven there by Clinton Seller. The battle towards the back end of the field still raging on. And this time Raymond Kill now putting immense pressure on the shoulders of Perron on that beautiful number 10 ZX10R. Where out front, the battle was still raging on for the final podium position. And that was, of course, between Damien Perfecati on his Anderlecht Racing Amalgam Welding ZX10R, and behind him the number 1 bike, the Stefanuti stock bike of Graham from Idar. This was a battle which would rage on until they crossed the line. Damien managed to pull out a couple of bike lengths at the beginning part of the lap. It looked like he was a little bit stronger than from Idar in the opening sector of the lap, but Graham was chasing down for the rest of the lap as we get another beautiful slow-mo video of Clinton Seller. A nice wheelie there down the main straight. So Clinton Seller would be looking at wrapping up the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup in a couple of rounds' time. Travis Mordier on the number 84, a welcome return after injury, as we said, and he will be getting quicker and quicker and quicker on that distinctive yellow ZX10R. Damien Perfecati trying to get the power down, coming onto the straight, trying to keep Graham from Idar behind him, and that's definitely not the way to do it. Damien, you need to get as much drive as possible. Another great outing from the number 37 of Byron Rothwell. We'll be looking at featuring within those top 7-8 positions come the checkered flag. So another great outing. A lonely ride though in second place for AJ Fenter. Also out front for Clinton Seller. But I have to tell you, it is hard to ride without a group surrounding you. It is hard to keep that concentration going and very, very easy to make mistakes. So that concentration is key. Clinton Seller coming up on some back markers, and that is a battle between Perron and Raymond Kiel. So he would have to get past that. And it's very easy to get caught up. A bit of a moment there on the rear from Clinton Seller. But it's very easy to get caught up in the back markers, especially when they all are also in their own little battle, as Raymond Kiel and Perron are. And a move on the inside there from Clinton Seller. Perron not seeing him, cutting his nose off there a little bit. But Clinton Seller doing the wise thing. He had quite a massive lead. No need to take unnecessary risks out front, especially when you have a lead of a couple of seconds like Clinton Seller does. He'll make easy work of those two back markers down the main straight into Potter's Pass and Rifle Bend. Well, Clinton Seller, those corners are taken in 5th, 6th gear and speeds in excess of 250 k's an hour. A slight move there, or a faint move to the inside there for Graham from Idar, as he looks to put pressure and get that third position back from Damien Perfecati in the closing stages of race 1 here at East London. The closing stages of race 1 here at East London, and the leaders were making their way in through one of the only left-hand corners on the track. That's through Butts Bend and the S's here at the East London Grand Prix circuit. The battle for 5th was raging on, and Travis Mordier on the number 84 had now managed to find his way past Johan LaRue, who would be looking to retaliate heading into Beacon Bend. Would he be able to make that move stick? And behind him, Peter de Vos on the number 17 having a great return to the SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. He was currently out there in that 7th position, looking at making his intentions felt, looking at closing that gap as we're now in the closing stages of the race. And behind them, it was David Feringa, still ahead of Byron Rothwell. And at this stage, it looked like a bit of an issue had come the way of James Barson on the number 15 bike, forced to retire. So he would be hoping to be back stronger and quicker for race 2 here at East London. But in the meantime, David Feringa looking to try his utmost to keep the hard-charging Byron Rothwell behind him. These riders obviously slugging it out for championship points, for honours in the and for bragging rights, more importantly, in the end or the final championship standings come the end of the 2024 season. Aubrey Murray was still having a great race-long battle with the number 70 of Dieter Huisman. Dieter looking at closing down Aubrey Murray, and then it was now the closing stages. So if you had any cards to play, now would be the time. You cannot leave it until the last couple of corners. It is very tricky here to make a pass at the East London Grand Prix circuit because the speeds are so high, of course, and that just makes it trickier and more risky to try and make a move on your opponent. If there is a gap, though, you can be rest assured that Dieter Huisman will take that gap gladly as he looks to fight with RB Marais for those top 10 overall positions in the race. Clinton Sella out front, still dominating. He was having things his own way. No one could hold a candle to the number 11 machine as he looks to make it a clean sweep of races so far for the year that he has competed in. Obviously missing a round down in PE, but other than that, he hasn't been defeated so far in the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. As he approaches out of Beacon Bend now, makes his way onto the final lap now for Clinton Sella and the King Plus Extreme team. Behind him, AJ Fenter looking at getting that true Vine ZX10R across the line to a brilliant second place. And what would be a brilliant second place for AJ Fenter and team? And behind AJ Fenter, the battle was still raging on heavily between Graham from Idan and Damien Perfecati. That's still going the way of Damien at this stage. As we follow Clinton Sella, we track Clinton Sella into the final corner here at East London. And a marvelous victory, a great victory for Clinton Sella on the number 11 ZX10R. A great showing once again, proving why he is the man to beat in the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup. A great but lonely second place from AJ Fenter. But let's look at that battle for third place. And that was in the final corner. Damien Perfecati running wide, allowing Graham from Idan on the inside. And that will go the way of Graham from Idan. A great ride to third place for the defending champion with Damien Perfecati. A mistake in that final corner leading to fourth place. So a little bit of disappointment there from Damien. He would have liked to get his bike up in those top three final podium positions. As further back, we have the rest of the field coming through. And as we said, a bit of an issue for James Barson, who had to retire from that race, and Jairo Cruz. So an unfortunate ending for those two riders, but they will be back stronger as we switch back to David Faringa. So a great ride from David Faringa, managing to hold off Byron Rothwell to the end. So a great ride, a great race from those two riders. We've also been looking for a little bit more come the second race as we catch Clinton Sella celebrating with the crowd here at East London. The crowd is always massive here at the East London Grand Prix circuit, and you can't really get closer to the action unless you're out on track, as you can see. So a fantastic race here, a fantastic round 6, race 1 of the 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup here at the Prince George circuit in East London. A great battle between the number 70 of Dieter Huisman and RB Marais, and that was eventually won across the line by the number 48 of RB Marais. So Dieter will definitely look at returning that favour come race 2. The riders made their way into Parc Ferme. Time to rest. That was a grueling, long, hard and strenuous race. So time to take a gulp of Red Square Reload and revitalise yourself. Not a lot of time left until race 2 starts later on in the same day. So time to get those changes done. A great return from the number 84 of Travis Nordia here in race 1 as we take a look at the results for race 1 of round 6 at East London. Clinton Sella taking victory ahead of AJ Fenter in second, Graham from Idan in third, Damien Perfecati fourth, Travis Nordia in fifth, Johan Leroux in sixth ahead of Peter de Vos in seventh, eighth David Faringa, ninth Byron Rothwell, RB Marais in 10th, Dieter Huisman in 11th, Perron in 12th, and Raymond Kiel, last of the finishers, in 13th place. The 2024 SunBet ZX10 Masters Cup is proudly brought to you by SunBet, Red Square, Bridgestone the tyre of choice, and Kawasaki South Africa.